Welcome to Suburban Sidekick Storytime.
So for today's story, I got for you a time that I used to volunteer in the ER. I'm not going to say which hospital, just again to avoid backlash of any kind. I worked at night. I ended up doing second shift. School made us volunteer. I took a class where it was a BS Gen Ed class or a tech elective class where they made us volunteer for a certain number of hours. I think it was like 120 hours, which is like a lot.
That's
for
a
a
lot.
semester.
Yeah,
for a
that's a
semester.
lot.
So I did 4 hours for a shift per se. So I ended up volunteering at the hospital because my mother's a nurse. And I did 4 hours a shift, 2 shifts a week, and I would leave work and I just had to go right up the road to the hospital, a big major hospital, name brand hospital. And I volunteered to work in the ER. That was my place of choice where all the action would be. I am there one night, a nurse who I had been working with a few times, more than a few times. She was pregnant and she was pretty far along because she was out there. But it was just me and her. I can't remember if there was another nurse on lunch break or called in sick or what, but it was just me and her behind the desk. Very scarcely it ended up like that a lot, which means it would have just been her if I wasn't around either. So it's late. I used to do the 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. and that's when I would leave. But it was 9:30 at night. Not a great area to be in. Car pulls up outside the ER entrance. Guy honks the horn. Me and her stand up. We come out from behind the desk, and as you can imagine, we're sketched out because there's a car that honked. The doors had opened, and the guy had opened the back seat, and another guy was like falling out of the back seat. She immediately puts gloves on. I put gloves on. We go out there, and part of it was I'm not supposed to touch, not supposed, whatever. But like there were so many situations I could tell you that it ended up where you go hands on. You don't have a choice. He's falling out of the car. I go to open the other side to like lift his feet, and she had already like grabbed his arms, and the driver at this point is back in the car, dude. She's pulling him out, and while I'm looking in the other side, all of a sudden I see the whole back seat's full of needles and stuff. The lights never came on inside the car. I can just see all the crap all over the back seat, and I'm like, I shout to her and said, "There's needles everywhere." So she yoinks the rest of the way out, and he hits the ground, obviously, at this point. 2 other male nurses had come out from around the back, so she's freaking out, obviously. They come out from around the back. The car takes off, dude. It was crazy.
Oh,
so dude's just laying there in the aisle for the ER. She ends up backing up. She's like hyperventilating, terrified that she might have gotten stuck, didn't notice. She's checking her gloves all over. She rips both gloves off. She's looking to see if she got any pokes or anything. And then they get tested, like right there. We used to test police officers all the time and other staff. And she was good. We were good. The male nurses ended up getting dude on the thing. I'm sure they had to hit him with Narcan by the time they made it through the back doors. And I mean, that was another Suburban Sidekick story time.